Thank you for choosing the Polska duplicating unit. Today's video will be going over troubleshooting your unit along with in-office repairs. Before each section, we will show both the tools and parts you will need. Please refer to this video section for any questions regarding the programming of your PCB board. In this section, we will go over all 11 settings within your board. The most common question we receive regarding our PCB boards is regarding the timer function. The timer function must be set to all zeros for your machine to run a cycle. First, stop your machine by pushing the far left button on your PCB board, the play button. With the PCB board in stop mode, you can now enter Set 1 and Set 2, which control the timer. Set 1 controls the hours, and Set 2 controls the minutes. To enter Set 1 and Set 2, double-tap the second button from the left, the cogwheel. After double-tapping the cogwheel, you will enter into Set 1, and you will see a line appearing above the first set of numbers on your timer. Using the up or down arrows on the right-hand side of the PCB board, adjust the timer to 0. Use the cogwheel to move from one section to the next. To adjust your temperature settings or language settings, you enter into Set 3, Set 4, and Set 5. Begin by stopping your machine. With the machine in stop mode, you will hold down the two far left buttons at the same time. Hold down both the play button and the cogwheel together. A line will appear next to your high temperature. Set 3, use the up or down arrows on the right-hand side of the board to adjust the temperature. Use the cogwheel button to move into the next functions. Set 4, which is your holding temperature, or Set 5, which controls your language. To change your temperature, reading from Celsius to Fahrenheit, you will need to enter Set 6 to Set 11 on your PCB board. Please note, the only setting you should change in these sets are Set 6. Set 7 through Set 11 are internal settings. We will show their proper values for reference only. Place the PCB board into stop mode. While in stop mode, hold the up and down arrow buttons down together at the same time to enter settings 6 to 11. Set 6 reads C. Use the up or down arrow to change to F. Use the cogwheel to move through the settings. Set 7 should read 35, Set 8 should read KI1, Set 9 should read H115. Set 10 should read Exit 5, Set 11 should read R1704. If any of these readings are off, use the up or down arrow to adjust to their normal parameters. If for any reason your colloid becomes too thick or you experience a boil over during a meltdown cycle, please follow these steps. You must add 1 to 2 cups of water during your next meltdown cycle to prevent any future overboils. We recommend adding 1 cup of water during each meltdown regardless of overboil issues after your first initial meltdown cycle to ensure your colloid always stays a smooth working consistency. Remember, the water does not need to be special or distilled. Regular tap water is okay. You may also want to adjust your temperature settings. We recommend a melting temperature of 88 degrees Celsius and a holding temperature of 55 degrees Celsius on all of our colloids. For instructions on how to change your temperature settings, please reference the video section. PCB board settings. If your thermocouple needs to be replaced, please follow the following instructions. Before you start, ensure you have the tools and necessary parts. With the unit turned off and unplugged from its power source, remove the back of the unit. Place the back of the unit to the side carefully. Note that it is still attached to the unit with wires. Be mindful. Empty out the unit of any colloid. Ensure the tank has cooled off, as you will be accessing the parts from within and underneath the tank. Place the 3/4 inch socket with extender into the unit. to unscrew the thermocouple while holding the thermocouple from the bottom as well with the wrench. Unscrew and remove the thermocouple from the unit. Remove the old thermal pin line from the old thermocouple and remove the line connection from PCB board as well, ensuring that you grab the thermal line electrical insert at its protected base and not by the wires. Take note of where you remove the old thermal line insert from and place the new thermal line insert into the exact same spot on your PCB board. Place heat-resistant silicone on the tip of the thermal line and slide into the new thermocouple. Once inserted, you will tighten the small side screw on the thermocouple gently. Do not over-tighten this screw. This will damage the thermal line. With the thermal pin line in place within the thermocouple, place a thin layer of silicone around the thermocouple and place into the unit. Place the thermocouple within the tank with the side screw facing you while holding the thermocouple in this position with a wrench from underneath the tank. You will now come from within the tank and tighten the thermocouple nut. Again, please only tighten this nut gently. Over-tightening will damage the thermocouple and line. Please note the heat-resistant silicone will need to dry and sit for at least 6 hours before using the unit. If your PCB board needs to be replaced, please follow the following instructions. Before you start, ensure you have the tools and necessary parts. With the unit turned off and unplugged from its power source, remove the back of the unit. Place the back of the unit to the side carefully. Note that it is still attached to the unit with wires. Be mindful. You will be replacing the PCB board from the back of the unit. Using the 5.5mm nut driver, remove the 4 nuts from the PCB board that holds it into place. You may need to carefully hold a corner of the PCB board for traction to be able to remove the nuts. Once the old PCB board is removed from the unit, remove the green electrical inserts one by one, ensuring that you grab the inserts at the protected base and not at the wires. Take note of where you remove the electrical inserts from the old board and place these inserts into the identical spot on the new board. With the electrical inserts placed into the new board, place the new board back into the machine and place back all 4 nuts to hold it in place. Replace the back of the unit and power on the machine. If your new board's program needs to be reset, please go to the video section labeled PCB board settings. Please note that some light to moderate noise is normal when the unit is running. If the noise levels become heavy or bothersome, please follow the following video tutorials to remedy the issue. The first line of action to remedy the noise issue is to check the plastic sleeve in between the central shaft and stirring assembly. Empty the unit of any colloid, turn the unit off and unplug from its power source. Using work gloves or rags, grab the stirring assembly firmly, jerk the stirring assembly upwards, and turn clockwise until the stirring assembly is removed. Check the plastic sleeve. If it is damaged, replace it with a new plastic sleeve. Turn the unit back on for only a couple minutes to check if the noise still persists. If there is no noise, refill the unit and run a cycle as normal. If noise remains, please move on to the next video, motor bolt tightening. With the unit turned off and unplugged from its power source, remove the back of the unit. Place the back of the unit to the side carefully. Note that it is still attached to the unit with wires. Be mindful. Check to see if any of the 4 bolts on the motor platform are overly tightened or overly loosened. Loosen if necessary, or tighten if necessary. Once all 4 bolts are snugly and securely tightened, this should remedy the noise. Replace the back of the unit and turn the unit back on for a couple of minutes to check if the noise still persists. If there is no noise, refill the unit and run a cycle as normal. If the noise remains, please move on to the next video. Motor placement. With the unit turned off and unplugged from its power source, remove the back of the unit. Place the back of the unit to the side carefully. Note that it is still attached to the unit with wires. Be mindful. For this section, you will be turning the unit back on with the back panel removed. Please use extreme caution when placing your hands inside of the unit with the power on. Loosen all 4 motor platform bolts. Turn the unit on. With the unit on and the motor running, gently grab the motor and move it from side to side, forward to back, into an alignment spot where the noise stops. Once you hear the noise stop moving the motor, hold in place, and begin to tighten the 4 motor platform screws. Start with the front right bolt, move to the back left, to the front left, and then to the back right. Replace the back of the unit and turn the unit back on for only a couple minutes to check if the noise still persists. If there is no noise, refill the unit and run a cycle as normal. If the noise remains, please move on to the next video. Coupling placement. With the unit turned off and unplugged from its power source, remove the back of the unit. Place the back of the unit to the side carefully. Note that it is still attached to the unit with wires. Be mindful. Locate the love coupling above the motor platform. You will be adjusting the space between the 2 couplers. Loosen the 2 screws on the bottom coupler. Move the bottom coupler down to create a small space between the 2 couplers. Once the space has been created, tighten the 2 screws on the bottom coupling to ensure it stays in this position. Replace the back of the unit and turn the unit back on for only a couple minutes to check if the noise still persists. If there is no noise, refill the unit and run a cycle as normal. If the noise remains, please contact Posca Dental Supply for further instructions. If your spout needs to be replaced, please follow these instructions. Before you start, ensure you have the tools and necessary parts. You will begin by removing the front spout cover. Now you will remove the 2 internal screws holding the spout into place. Remove the old spout and spout flow. Note these are 2 parts that will come off together at the same time. Place a thin layer of silicone onto the rubber spout spacer on the side that faces the tank only. Replace the rubber stopper and spout on the unit. With these 2 parts in place, remove the handle from the metal spout stopper to be able to slide the spout flow into place. Slide this part onto the spout, replace the handle back onto the metal spout stopper. With all parts now in place, replace the 2 internal screws. After this, replace the front spout cover screws. Please note the heat-resistant silicone will need to dry and sit for at least 6 hours before using the unit. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact us for further instructions.